I would like to call the LRA meeting to order. I'm Calvin Arnold, the LRA chairman. On behalf of myself, fellow commissioners, the mayor of the city of St. Louis, the comptroller's office, the city of St. Louis Board of Education, Neil Richardson, Shelton Anderson, the employees of the LA, we welcome you. It's the job of the LRA to sell unutilized, underdeveloped properties to residents and developers that have the financial ability and expertise to redevelop such properties to get them back on the tax roll. In a few moments, we will start our procedures listed on the agenda for today. If we have anyone that has signed up to speak on behalf of your offer, you will be given that chance. Please limit your presentations to not more than 3 minutes. Thank you. May we have a roll call for attendance?
Commissioner Arnold,
Present.
Commissioner Hyde.
Commissioner Hikes, you're on mute. Commissioner Hikes, you're on mute.
We can't hear you.
Sorry, I saw y'all here.
And thank you.
Thank you.
The minutes for our December 11th meeting. Do we have any reports from the commissioners? I don't have one. We have a motion to approve the minutes.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
A second.
I second.
Okay.
Roll call. Commissioner Arnold,
Present.
Commissioner Hyde.
Yes.
Aye.
Yes.
Aye, yeah, yes. Okay. So we have time for you have to have anyone presenting today?
We have, Mr. Bakar for item number 38. Number 38.
Get all this stuff.
Okay, good morning. Okay, it said that the property is postponed. I'd just like to know until when it's deferred. Till when? Or what is the requirements?
Waiting, pending you get community input from the community.
Hello, hi.
Hi.
I am part of the community and I just learned today that it was deferred for community input. I do have some signatures with me. My name is Coffee Wright. I actually own the property next to it and I support him as well. I had a conversation with Melinda, I'm sorry, Melinda Long, who's on the community association. And she wants me to have it. I've done business with this veteran organization before, and I'm looking forward to continue working with them. We need it. It's just a vacant lot, and we need it for parking. And they're asking for it as well. So so I just came to give my support. I know I don't make for whatever that might help, but I just wanted to give my support in the veterans organization being able to purchase the lot. And it was explained to me how the procedures is that, you know, my support don't mean a whole lot, but I just wanted to let you know, I do a lot of things in the community. We are the Missing Persons Task Force headquarters. So we look for missing people and do all that. We give neighborhood events. Everybody in the community knows me. My program include vegetables. We give out vegetables. We do like an urban marketing, and I have a flyer here. But anyway, we would love to be able to share that space with them. And it's just a vacant lot. I was going to purchase it when it was a house where we poured plenty of bodies out. And then when the house burnt down, I had the opportunity to purchase it. And you all gave me that opportunity, but I couldn't afford the $16,000 for the demolition. So I was told to wait. You all were tearing it down. And when you demolitioned it, I wanted to bid on it. And this organization, he beat me to it, which is fine because, like I said, I'm familiar with the work that they do, and I partner with everybody in the community. So I'm just asking if you please consider allowing him to purchase that, or give us whatever he needs to do to satisfy your demands.
Let me ask this one. Community inputs of how many signatures or through the organization or what? Certain amount of signatures is needed?
I have to go through the committee input from the, you have an organization, I mean, not organization, but a community organization or.
Yeah.
You have to give a letter of approval,
Okay,
So if I could,
input. letter.
okay, all right.
if I could speak, Commissioner. So part of the process again is this is not a no today. This is that it's being deferred. And so the process is simply that when there is development for any types of new development, that the offerer reach out to the community organization that is established within the community to go through the process of demonstrating what your plans are for development. And so that is just the simple process. Again, that is the request of the LRA to go through the process. You have the opportunity to present your plans to the community and receive a letter of support or non-support. And then it comes back to the LRA Commission for the decision of being able to move forward with the decision of either approving and or modifying or rejecting the offer based upon not just the community's input, but based on your ability to demonstrate the requirements of the offer itself. So that is to say that community input, again, is one piece of the collective pie. It is not the final decision, whether you receive community input or not. It is just a part of the process of bringing it back to the commission to be able to move forward. So if you have not been given the information, we will ensure that staff gives you the information for the community organization, which again, we have as the 11th ward.
Yes, sir. And thank you for that, because actually that's what they have been doing, and they have the emails to show it. And I've been doing it as well. And so for 2 months now, trying to get information, and he requested community input from the organization. What's going on right now is an election. And so people are being torn in between candidates. That's what's just let's keeping it real. Let's be clear. That's what's happening. And so they're being torn between candidates. I've met with him and prior to this, and I've saw the emails, I've submitted emails, and I've had conversations with the community association. And so they're, oh, we love what you're doing, because what they say they want to do is what I'm already doing. So that's why we're confused, because how long will this process, how long is this to continue? Can we share after the meeting? You let you see the emails, the letters, because we don't know where to go from here. And we understand that they're not the shot callers. They don't make the decision. It's just they can suggest or not, and they're not rejecting it, but it's being torn back and forth, and we're kind of staying clear of this political election that's going on right now. So that's all we're saying is we lost at this point.
Sure. So thank you for that. And for time's sake, I would say that you do have the opportunity to present any thing that you have submit to the community organizations. You do have the opportunity to present that to LRA for the commissioners to make a decision on to move forward.
Thank you very much.
So essentially, again, in this cycle, without having community support, it would then move on to the next agenda item, which would be the next month. So we would be looking at the next month, but you do have the opportunity to present what you have done in terms of your efforts to reach out to the community organizations.
Okay, well, is it open for me to put in an application for it? Because I did, or I have to wait till this is done?
It would have to be the voting decision of the actual offerer who has presented the offer
Okay,
for the commission to decide to move forward.
okay, thank you all so much, appreciate you.
Thank you.
Next, speaker on the agenda, item number 7, of Johnson, item number 7. This also wanted some clarification.
Morning. Yeah, I was just, I'm normally, this be my second property I'm buying from LRA. The first one I bought was in South City. It's on the market. It's a total, I guess you guys got a picture up there, that one that's gray building, 4215 California. That was a total rehab. That was my first, property I did. Just looking at, getting involved in a community, just building homes for people that can afford it. It's my first time coming to the LA, because I don't know what I'm supposed to say coming up here. I'm gonna be honest.
No problem.
The point is the structure of the building. So after this meeting, I will talk to you about it, because what we wanted to know is, do you know if there's not the whole building?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
I am the whole building.
right.
Okay, so that's what the discussion is to be.
Okay,
So I'll talk to you about it after the meeting.
okay, thank you.
Ms. Steve, do we have anyone else?
Speakers that want to speak, everyone here has been informed of their recommendation and their acceptance.
Do we have any online speakers, presenters?
Sorry. What number was that? 937. Okay, number 9 and number 37. Yes.
You said 37?
9
And
9.
there's 2. 9 is BTD.
You have 2.
Get to the mic, sir.
So we'll start with 9 since it's on the board. BTD stands for Building the Dream. As you guys know, I have been coming before this commission, really asking for your support and approval so we can get started on revitalizing Willis Place, Fountain Park area. I am familiar with the need for some community support. I have talked to Dr. Talley as well as the greater neighborhood association. They are in support, but similar to, well, they're not here, but the speaker before me, simply put, there is hesitation as far as wanting to move forward with many developments in that area for, call it, political reasons. And my push and ask for regard is that we don't hinder progress for the sake of certainty. And what I've seen over this last year, not only with the BTD pursuit, but also with the CAE pursuit, is that, well, Commissioner Arnold, you mentioned that you needed financial ability and expertise is typically what you guys are looking for when reviewing people for LRA properties. In addition to what you said, Commissioner Anderson, is that you need community support. Wow. BTD, CAE have been in business for over 14 years, expertise in construction and development and many other things beneath those umbrellas. Our biggest hindering right now isn't the support of the community verbally, it's on paper and actually getting that execution to happen. I'll continue to be steadfast in my pursuit of this, but I do want to present that in front of you. I do understand that your recommendation is deferral and, pursuit of that letter. But outside of what the lady before me said and what I'm saying today, I don't see that happening until there's some certainties in other categories outside of my control. And the challenge that I'm facing is, do I wait to get that certainty and postpone progress, or do I focus my efforts elsewhere? So my ask is that, understanding that this has been a year plus long process, that you guys consider not deferring and electing a decision either way. And I'll respect your decision. Thank you.
So thank you. I just want to bring one point of clarity, and we appreciate your words in responding to your offer. So just as a point of clarity, I serve as the Vice President of Real Estate for SLDC and the Director of Real Estate. I am not a commissioner. The commissioners, no, that's no problem. Just wanted to clarify. And so the commissioners have the responsibility and the duty of providing a decision when the offer is presented. And I just wanted to clarify that as a part of the process, if the commissioners do decide to defer for this cycle, that is not the commission's will to belabor decisions. So the commission and LRA is not looking to belabor decisions for months on end at this point. It is that the decision would actually move to the next agenda cycle for the next month.
I understand.
And the LRA commission would be looking to make a decision. The community input portion is, again, one piece of the collective part of all of the qualifications that are noted in the LRA process for each actual program. So if an offeror presents the requirements for all of the program requirements and does not achieve community input or support, it is up to the commissioners, again, to make a voting decision
Right.
on reviewing it absent community support. So I just wanted to give that as a point of clarity.
No, I
moving forward.
understand. And thank you for the clarification.
Absolutely. Thank you.
That concludes our speakers.
Okay. Now we turn it over to
Oh, you're right.
Commissioner Tracy.
Yes,
You can start from here.
we will start with offers to purchase. Offers to purchase or parcels owned by LRA that consists of unoccupied grounds or physical structures, single-family residence, side lots, 2 families, 4 families, etc. The offers have submitted offers to purchase with the intention of rehabbing properties as residential or commercial projects on extensions of their yard space, community gardens, or green spaces to enhance and beautify the community. So we will start with new construction. We have number 1, Family Love Realty LLC in care of Clifton Allen. They have 1806 Coleman, which is in the Jeff Angelo area. And they also have 1808 Coleman. They offers, it was estimated value at $505. They offered $250. We counted at $337. That's for the one on 1806.
Excuse
Sir,
me,
yes.
it was counted for $697.
For my counter, is that for both of them together? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, my recommendation is that we accept their counteroffer. What do we say?
$697.
Yes, that's, you added them together. Yes, sir. That's both lots together.
Yes,
Okay, well, my recommendation is that we accept their counteroffer. Do I have a motion?
with a contingent to budget and financing.
Yeah, with a contingent on budget and finance. Thank you, sir. A vote? Ready for a vote?
So Commissioner Hikes, if you make a motion,
Okay, thank you, sir. I'd like to make a motion to accept Love's Family Realty counteroffer at $637 for
$697.
$697 for 1806 and 1808.
Second,
The roll has to vote. Go to number 2.
Sorry, Commissioner, we'll need a roll call first before we move on.
I'm sorry, thank you, sir.
No worries.
Commissioner,
Roll call.
Yeah.
Commissioner Arnold,
yes.
Commissioner Hyde.
yes. Moving forward, we have 11.
Do the name, address, then the recommendation.
Yes, sir. We have Kevin and Gloria Nolan. House is 3812 Harris. The recommendation is acceptance of $1,500 with the closing contingent upon approval of planned budget and finance. Do I have a motion?
Second, I want to interject here for a minute. We have a person that wrote in to discuss their offer. We want to address that first before we continue.
and to move forward, Commissioner Hikes, I know that you've made a motion and it has been second.
Yes,
I
sir.
believe at this point you can call for the roll call, the previous roll call as the vote, and then we can move forward, as Commissioner Arnold mentioned, to accept and allow the attendee who is attending virtually to respond to their offer.
Yes, sir. So Eric, I need to call the roll, sir. Is what you're saying?
Commissioner Hikes, you just need to note that the previous roll call
Has it?
is the vote, has the vote, and
Okay.
that it is second, and that it is
Okay.
final to move forward.
The previous conversation, the roll call has to vote. We can move on. Is that clarity, sir? Or I'm still missing something?
No, I believe we're good, Commissioner.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank
Sorry
you.
about that.
You'll get
Thank
there.
you.
You're okay.
All right. Moving on to number 3.
1 second.
And now we'll pause and
And we'll pause for
we'll
the-
allow
yeah.
the attendee who's
Okay.
attending virtually to comment on their offer that they made.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I'll get it.
Yeah.
Hello?
We can hear you, Ms. Malia.
And if you could note the number, the offer number on the agenda that you're referring to and your name as well, we would appreciate that.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, hi, my name is Rhonda Goodrich.
and I am calling on 4205 Linton.
Can you give the number, please?
Oh, the number, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Thank you.
You talking about the 67 point, oh, number 31?
Yes,
Yes,
thank you.
thank you.
Yes, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yes, that's it. Yes, hi. So my name is Rhonda Goodrich. Um, I um, I work virtually, so I live in St. Louis and I also live in Seattle, Washington. I work for the city of Seattle, and my husband works for Boeing. This land right here, this used to be my grandparents, Odessa Lee Jackson and Willie Boyd Jackson. The house was standing, it was torn down in 2017. Unfortunately, I thought someone that was, was given this house when it was standing, uh, in my knowledge, I thought they were paying everything that needs to be paid. Unfortunately, we found out that the city took possession of it, but then I thought as you can't see, but we thought that the church bought the lot and turned it into a parking lot. So happened, I was like, let me see if LRA owns this. And to my surprise, you guys did. I am very saddened that this house was removed from my family. What I would love to do is, at this moment, I would love to purchase the lot and right now turn it into a garden, call it Odessa Lee to remember my grandmother. But to be very transparent, I really would love to develop it soon. So I don't want to really get into a bind where I'm just stuck with a garden. Because right now I'm just afraid that someone will come and get this again, but I thought I'm just afraid that someone will get it. So I'm like, since I have an opportunity, let me try to purchase this land now and then eventually build on the land. But what I can do is bring perennial indigenous plants to this land for the time being to beautify the area. Because I remember this area used to be so beautiful, flourishing, and also bring pride back to the community and see what else we can do. So like I said, I live in St. Louis. I also own a property in Penrose. So I'm like, what can I do to bring back, the north side? And because I know people are doing some wonderful work. And I just want to remember the times when I remember growing up in north side St. Louis, what it used to be like and what it can be like. But first, we have to get control of these derelict buildings, the derelict lots. And at least I can bring some beauty, like bringing some cardinal flowers, butterfly millwick. So, indigenous plants to thrive. I'm like, where's the lightning bugs? I'm like, where's the butterflies? So this is something that I am really passionate about because once again, this land was owned from my parents who migrated from Mississippi. And I just want to take pride in what they did to have ownership, especially back then. So I just hope that you guys can consider me and get this land. And so, like I said, I just want to make sure that just not binded by just a garden, but eventually put a piece of property on that land. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And so, yeah, that's the house right there. Oh, that's old. That house don't look like that. So, so that's another piece of property that I own right there. The 1120 Penrose, but it don't look like that though.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
And with that, I think we were at approaching number 3. So we'll turn it back over to Commissioner Hikes to move forward with the agenda.
All right, thank you. B, we've gone with as-is rehab program. As-is rehab program are a Class A residential building, up to 6 units, no more than 1 building with no more than 2 contiguous lots or 1 commercial building. First up, we have number 3, which is 2835 Missouri Avenue. And Mason E. Watson is the prospective purchaser. And we have a recommendation of acceptance of $5,000 with the closing continued upon approval and budget and financing. I make a motion to accept
Previous rule.
the recommendation on 3. What's your pleasure?
Commissioner Hikes, you would just need to simply ask for a second
Okay, thank you.
and then call previous roll as the vote.
Okay. May I have a second, please? Is there a second?
Second.
Previous row has to vote. Number 4, 5969 Romaine Place, Marissa Jones, the purchaser. And we have a recommendation of rejecting due to insufficient financial support. Do I have a second?
Second.
And Commissioner Hikes, again, you would just note previous roll has the vote.
Previous row vote.
And then hearing none, no objections, the vote carries, and then you can move forward with the agenda.
Okay. Previous row has to vote. Hearing none. Thank you, sir. It'll come.
You're doing well, sir.
Thank you. All right. Moving on. Number 5, we have Buying Back LLC, care of Brittany Jackson. And they have multiple lots at 55 Kingsway East, 4909.
4911.
911 St. Louis Avenue. I'm sorry. Thank you. St. Louis Avenue, 4909 St. Louis Avenue, and also 4909 H St. Louis Avenue. And we have a recommendation of count of $3,607 with closing continued upon approval of budget and finance. We have.
Do I have a second?
You have a second?
Second.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, previous row has to vote. Number 6. It's 5017 Arlington. Coming to you by Rilla Bell Augustine. We have a recommendation, acceptance of $1,000 with closing continued upon approval of budget and finance. What's your say? Do I get a second? Do I get a second?
Second.
Previous row has to vote. Number 7, 2614 Howard. Raphael Johnson. Recommendation is defer pending to review of community-driven input, committee support, and prior commission decision. Can I get a second?
Second.
Previous row has to vote. We go into development. Development programs are offered for parcels owned by LRA that consist of physical structures, single-family residence, side lots, 2-family flats, 4-family flats, for the rehab and or construction of any combination of the following: rehab and or construction of mixed-use buildings, rehab or construction of multiple residential buildings, rehab or residential buildings with more than 6 units. We have number 8, with this Keisha Robinson. She has multiple partials: 3784 Lee Avenue, 3786 Lee Avenue, and also 3782 Lee Avenue. And we have deferred pending review of community-driven input, committee support prior to the commission decision. Do I have a second?
Second.
I get it.
Previous.
Previous row has to vote. Thank you. We have number 9, BTD CA Contracting. They have a partial at 53 Fountain Park. We deferred pending review of community driven input, community support prior to commission decision. Do I have a second?
Second.
Previous row has the vote. Now we're going to general lot purchase program. General lot purchase program provides guidelines for the sale of LRA vacant lots, Class A, for any purpose other than new construction, building rehab or development. We have number 10 at 1910 Bissell Street, Darius Lattimore. Our recommendation is accept the 200 with closing contingent upon approval and finance. Do I have a vote? Do I have a second?
Second.
Previous row has the vote. Number 11, 5095 Ridge Avenue by Sean T. Stone. We have a recommendation of counter for $1,676 with closing contingent on approval and financing. Do I have a second?
Second.
Previous row has the vote. Next, we have 6119 Pennsylvania by Carlo Prehat. We have a recommendation of counter of $3,950 with closing contingent upon approval and finance. Do I have a second?
Second.
Previous row has the vote. Okay. Number 13, 3728 North 25th Street.
Dominique Warren.
Sir,
The purchaser is Dominique
Dominique
Warren.
Warren. Thank you, Dominique Warren. They have two lots. 3728 North 25th and 3718 North 25th. We have a recommendation of acceptance of 2723 with the closing contingent upon approval of budget and finances. Do I have a second?
Second.
Previous row has the vote. Hearing no objection, motion passed. Hearing no objection, motion passed. Next, we have 16. Tanika Long Steel has
Wait a
two.
minute. We have 14.
Did I miss something?
Yes.
Yes, I did. Got too
Number
fast.
14. Yes.
Yes, sir. Got you. Went too fast.
I got you. Go ahead.
I appreciate you. 3926 Palm, John E. and Clara P. Graham. And we have a recommendation of acceptance of 1,000 for closing contingent upon plans, budget, and finance. Do I have a second?
Second.
Hearing no objection. Previous row has to vote. Motion passed. I'll get it again. Number 15, 2535 Farrar Street, Cassandra and Patrick. Recommendation is counter for $627 with closing contingent upon approval and finances. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion passed. Hearing no objection. Previous row has to vote. Okay, 16, Nikita Long Steel, 4261 North 20th Street, and also 4265 North 20th Street. Recommendation is accept the $2,000 with closing contingent upon approval of plans, budget, and finance. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any objections?
No.
Hearing none. Motion passed.
Commissioner Hikes, so on that last one, were you asking for previous role?
I think I did on the last.
I might have missed it. And when you are providing your recommendation, just to clarify for the record, that's a motion from you, right? So motion to
Yes, sir.
accept the 2,000. All right. Okay. Okay, cool.
Thank you, sir. Number, well, we're on
17.
17. 4564 Clover, Sammy Rollins III. We have a recommendation to accept $100 with closing contingent upon approval of budget and finance, signed demolition contract. Do I have a second?
Second.
Previous row has the vote. Is there any objections?
No, you don't say any objection. We've already, yes, thank you.
Hearing none, motion passed. Okay, number 18. TS Realty Investment LLC, in care of Tori Sanders. Recommendation, counter for $1,802 with closing contingent upon approval and finance. Do I have a second?
Second,
Any objection? Hearing none, motion passed.
Commissioner Hikes, just again, for that one, you were requesting previous roll.
No, previous row has to vote.
There you go.
thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, number 19. 5706 Co-Brilliant, Tracy Houston. Recommendation, counter of $655 with closing contingent upon approval and finance. Do I have a second?
Second,
Is there any objections?
previous
Hearing
row.
none, previous row has to vote. Motion passed. Number 20. 5245 Page Boulevard, Larry Wilson. Recommendation, accept $33,024 for closing contingent upon approval and finance. Do I have a second?
Second,
Previous row has to vote. Any objection? Hearing none, motion passed. 21, Current Homes. Address is 56 Gradeville. I'm just
2916 North Taylor.
2916 North Taylor. Thank you, sir. Recommendation, accept $1,973 with closing contingent upon approval and finance. Do I have a second?
second,
Previous row has to vote. Any objections? Hearing none, motion passed. Number 22, Joshua Crawford. Address 55 Kingsway East, 1212. We have multiple lots. No, the recommendation, defer pending review of the community-driven input committee support prior to commission decision. Do I have a second?
second,
Previous row has to vote. Any objection? Hearing none, motion passed. 23, 4954 Cobrillion Avenue, Aris Harris. Our recommendation is accept the $3,500 with closing contingent upon approval of budget and finance. Do I have a second?
second,
Previous row has to vote. Any objections? Hearing none, motion passed. 24, 4119 Dr. Martin King Drive,
4149.
4149 Martin King Drive. Thank you, sir. Aaron Williams, recommendation to accept the $500 with closing contingent upon approval of plans, budget, and financing. Do I have a second?
Second,
Previous row has the vote. Any objections? Hearing none, motion passed. 25, coming from Alpha and Omega Demolition. Care of Daniel Wallace, multiple lots at 2853 Belt, 2849 Belt, 2845 Belt. Recommendation is accept $3,000 with closing contingent upon approval of budget and financing and signed demolition contract. Do I have a second?
second,
Second. Previous row has the vote. Any objections? Hearing none, motion passed. Number 26, Desiree Warren, multiple lots, 4205 Gano, 4201 Gano, and 3767 Penrose. Recommendation is acceptance of the 1,914 with closing contingent upon approval of budget and financing. Do I have a second?
Second.
Previous row has the vote. Any objections? Hearing none, motion passed. 27, William C. Seibert, 4133 Page Boulevard, and also 4135 Page Boulevard. We have a recommendation of $5,196 with closing contingent upon approval and finance. Do I have a second?
Second.
Previous row has the vote. Any objections? Hearing none, motion passed. We have number 28, 4554 Corbrilliant, Sombree Howard. Recommendation, we want to counter $1,373 with a closing contingent upon approval of budget and finance. Do I have a second?
Second.
Previous row has the vote. Any objection? Hearing none, motion passed. We have number 29, which is 405438 Oriole by Robert Deal and Tiffany Hunter. We have a recommendation to defer depending review of community-driven input committee support prior to the commission's decision. Do I have a second?
Second.
Previous row has the vote. Any objections? Hearing none, motion passed. Number 30, 4641 North Market by Centennial D. Cox. We have a recommendation to accept the $1,644 with closing contingent upon approval of budget and finance. Do I have a second?
Second.
Previous row has the vote. Any objections? Hearing none, motion passed. Number 31, 4205 Linton Avenue by Rhonda Monette Goodrich. Recommendation was to reject due to not in the best use for the partial. Do I have a second?
Second.
Previous row has the vote. Any objections? Hearing none, motion passed. Going to our side lot program. Side lot program are partial owned by LRA that consists of unoccupied ground that are too small to support any new construction. This non-buildable lot are partials that are less than 4,000 square feet and cannot be contiguous to another LRA partial. This lots are made available and affordable to adjacent property owners to be used as a side lot and expand personal property. We have 32 at 5078 Beacon by Garcia Rogers and Kelsey Mitchell. We have a recommendation to accept. Do I have a second?
Second.
Previous row has to vote. Any objections? Seeing none, hearing none, motion passed. We also have on 33, 1366 Granville Place by Christine Diaz. We have a recommendation of acceptance. Do I have a second?
Second.
Previous row has the vote. Any objections? Hearing none, motion passed. We have no optional renewals. We have no property and asset stabilization building. We have no donations. Miscellaneous items are requested changes from the original approved board decision. These may include a change of in-use name changes, etc. The request must be before the board for consideration. Okay, number 34, we have 4840 Margareta by Elcardo A. Moore. We have a recommendation to accept counteroffer of $1,110. Do I have a second?
Second.
Previous row has the vote. Any objections? Hearing none, motion passed. 35, Lamont Franks, 5959 Hamilton Terrace, and they also have 5963 Hamilton Terrace. Our recommendation is counter back with $1,858. Do I have a second?
Second.
Previous row has the vote. Any objection? Hearing none, motion passed. We have deferrals. 36, revitalization of real estate developers. We have 48 West End. Ward 11, we have 68 O'Fallon, 52 Kingsway West, 50 Wells Goodfellow, and also 65 Hyde Park. Our recommendation is defer review of community-driven input, community support prior to commission decision. Do I have a second?
Second.
Previous row has to vote. Any objection? Hearing none, motion passed. We got 37, CAE Contracting LLC, care of Corey Elliott. We have 53 Fountain Park. Recommendation, defer pending review of community-driven input, community support prior to commission's decision. Do I have a second?
Second.
Previous row has the vote. Any objection? Hearing none, motion passed. Number 38, 4117 Warren Avenue, Caristas LLC. We have a recommendation, defer pending review of community-driven input, community support prior to commission decision. Do I have a second?
Second. Previous
Previous row has the vote. Any objections? Hearing none, motion passed. We have 39, Moses L. Clerk, 8422 Lowell, and also 6052 Schutz, and 4478 Penrose. We have a recommendation to defer pending review of community-driven input, community support prior to commission decision. Do I have a second?
Second.
Previous row has the vote. Any objections? Hearing none, motion passed. Number 40, Tommy Tucker II, 844 North Kings Highway, 846 North Kings Highway, and 830 North Kings Highway. We have a recommendation, defer pending review of community-driven input, community support prior to commission decision. Do I have a second?
Second.
Previous row has the vote. Any objections? Hearing none, motion passed. 41, we have 4133 Geraldine Avenue, Monarch Waste Company LLC, in care of Anne Maria Machi. We have a recommendation, defer pending review of community-driven input, community support prior to commission decision. Do I have a second?
Second.
Previous row has the vote. Any objections? Hearing none, motion passed. Does that conclude our sales for today, sir?
Yes.
So,
Now we have resolutions.
Yeah.
Authorize the prop and S funds for stabilization, eligible LRA buildings as recommended by prop NS staff and stabilization advisors committee.
Yeah, so
Anderson?
thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Arnold. So we'll call to the floor Sean Thomas, who is the Prop NS Program Manager. I will not steal the thunder from Sean and allow him to present the resolution. But as you know, commissioners, in prior meetings, we have moved forward with the approval of buildings that have been recommended by the Prop NS Stabilization Advisory Committee. So all of what Sean will be presenting today is a part of the voter-approved Prop NS program, which designates approximately $6 million annually as a part of bond funds for the stabilization of properties that are LRA properties in the city of St. Louis, and moving those forward so they can be stabilized and then sold to the community for redevelopment and ownership. Sean?
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners. And as you just heard from Director Anderson, the process we have for the Prop NS program is that the nominations come in from the public. They then get reviewed by staff and inspected and presented to the Stabilization Advisory Committee for their recommendation to the LRA Board for approval to hire contractors to stabilize and then put these properties up for sale. So the committee the Stabilization Advisory Committee met most recently on January 14th, and they extend their following recommendations to the board here, that the board approve the stabilization and use of Prop NS funds for the following 7 addresses: 2047 East Prairie, 3724 Carter Avenue, 3741 Lee, 4301 College, 3414 North 14th Street, 3832 Greer, 3722 Sullivan Avenue. They further extend their recommendation not to use Prop NS funds for the following 8 buildings: 4404 Stratman, 3729 Lee, 4110 Fairground, 4167 Peck, 4205 Peck, 4344 Warney, 4024 Penrose, and 4257 Margaretta. So the committee recommends that the board approve this resolution. Any questions?
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. So with that, it is the recommendation of staff that the LRA commissioners move forward with the approval of resolution number 25-LRA-001.
Second. May I make a motion to approve resolution 25-001.
25 LRA dash.
25 LRA-001.
Yeah.
Do I have a motion? Yeah. Second.
Second.
We have a second. Motion carries. Call for a previous roll.
Has the vote?
Yes. And motion passed. We have resolution 25 LRA 002.
Thank you.
Mr. Anderson.
Thank you, Commissioner Arnold. So I will turn to Counselor in a second, as well as Council has, I think, a long-standing understanding of this resolution, but simply put, the resolution authorizes LRA to release deed restrictions on real estate conveyed by LRA to Green Street River City Investors LLC, aka Green Street, from the redevelopment obligations associated with a sell contract and redevelopment contract between LRA, Green Street, and the LCRA. Essentially, as would be common as developers do development on properties, there are some properties that may not be able to be developed. And so for that, essentially, it is the benefit to move forward with the sale of specific properties that may be a part of a sale or a previous contract, and to release that for the sale for the purpose of redevelopment. So Green Street has asked LCRA and LRA to remove Lot D specifically from the redevelopment obligations to enable the sale to Richardson International, the group that is moving forward or would like to move forward with the development. Staff have reviewed the specific parcel in question and are in agreement with releasing Lot D to help facilitate the business expansion. I will turn to Counselor if he has any additional comments that he may wish to add as well.
No, that's fairly succinct. The only item I would add is that this is a fairly administrative resolution. The property is already in Green Street's possession. The property has a deed restriction requiring it comply with the terms of the LCRA redevelopment plan. And yesterday, LCRA voted to remove that section of property from redevelopment obligation. So this is just a sister resolution to clear up some of the language in the deed to help facilitate this sale to another business operating in South City.
Thank you, Counselor.
I make a motion to approve resolution 25 LRA 002.
A second.
Previous roll.
Pass the vote. Oh, is that's me?
Thank you. Hearing no objections.
Hearing no objection, motion carries. Do you have any director's report?
No director's report at this time, Commissioners. Thank you.
Okay. That end the commission. We have our next LRA meeting on February 26, 2025. At this time, the meeting is adjourned. Make a motion. The meeting is adjourned. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you.